Hi everybody, SpookyFairy here. In this video, I'm talking about the things in No Rest for the Wicked that kind of worry me. As you know, I really enjoy playing the game, and I think that, by the way, the latest update is a good update, a good direction. And basically just created a new game in the game, basically bringing roguelite elements into Crucible. Defeating enemies and also just breaking some object will give you traces, which allows you to purchase echoes at any time during the round. So unlike this, for example, it happens when you move to another room. Here you can just pop up the menu and you can actually choose the upgrade that you like. Of course, everything is random. There are 12 rooms in total. You can actually see to the top right corner, and basically when you finish them, now there are 10 rooms in total. For some reason before that I thought 12. And those chambers are basically randomized as well, so you might get a set of chambers arranged differently in the other run. If you die, you're going to start from the beginning, right? Basically, you don't get to keep those upgrades that are temporary just to the run itself. Now, if you look at the bottom right corner, you can see the total amount of traces that you have. Golden icon. And the other one is a permanent one, which allows you basically to purchase different things in Exalted items. I'm going to show this in a moment. So at any point in time, first of all, you can see that I have free time, no enemies. I can just pop the menu and purchase the echo that I want. I can actually reroll a certain echo or reroll them all. Of course, everything costs traces. You can see there's also have a limited amount of echoes that I can have. There are 16 in total, and there are different rarities, as you can see. The unique one is the highest one, and they can bring some really powerful, basically buffs to improve your character's chances for survival, and of course, beating enemies faster and make the run overall easier. The plug ones, however, have both advantage and disadvantage, so you need to decide whether it's worth getting it. The one in the purple. And by the way, the Gloam Seed, which is the permanent currency, the one that I see that I have 40 at the bottom right, you can actually get it, I think, from breaking items as well, but you get it from when you're moving from one room to room and finish the boss. So you have different options. You can heal, you can repair broken items, you can also exalt items. We're going to show this in a moment. And again, you need to unlock everything with Glow Seed, but basically you can also sell items as well. This is another option for you. So if you're overloaded, you can do it here. Another option is to enable unique echoes to be available for you. These are the most powerful ones, so you need to enable it before you can actually enjoy it during the run. Now, exalted item, basically, from what you can see, they maximize the values of the item. I mean, not 1% maximize, it seems like it, but basically increases the stats of the item that you already have. Now, I have some issues with this, to be honest, because if you can do that, basically it reduces your motivation to do secondary ones and try to get a better drop with better stats, because you can already maximize an item. It can be a ring, it can be a weapon, it can be an armor. But on the other, maybe it works for rings, but for other items, again, you get random stats anyway. So if you already got something good, this is an open option to maximize it, because you're probably not going to get something exactly the same, or it's very unlikely that you will. So yeah, so overall, I like it. Now you can exalt any item, including unique, the I forgot the plug ones. Purple ones, white, blue, everything is available for being exalted. Yeah, so these features, again, are nothing special. We know they're already from other roguelike game, but again, I like them. So this is a welcome feature into the game. It's really nice when you come across a unique one, or be able to build a really strong build that can maybe even one-shot the boss. Who knows? I mean, I actually tried to do something with almost all damage, but basically I got so much damage back that I just couldn't survive with just one hit myself, because when I'm dealing damage, I'm dealing damage to myself, although the damage was pretty insane, but I couldn't do it. But again, really nice set of items that works very well and really get you excited to do each run again and again. Now, first of all, talk about some issues for me. I mean, that's what I want to talk about in this video, but I'll just save it for last. First of all, the option to exalt items. Sometimes for some items, of course, you're going to lose the incentive to farm for items. But as I mentioned, because it works for items that are unlikely maybe to get in your build to be able to upgrade them again, this is a nice option to have. So again, it's partially problematic, but when it comes to rings and other stuff, it's not really a big deal. So it's very little to non-issue at all. The other thing is the platforming part of the game. I don't like it, and the reason I don't like it is because I always need to watch out. In many situations where I always need to watch out, if I finish a combo or if I do a jumble of one of my skills, I might go out of the platform. This makes me not enjoy the combat fully as I really wanted to, because I always worry, I always reposition, and this just makes the combat less fluid and less exciting for me. I always need to watch out. The enemy is going to push me out of the platform. If I'm going to continue the combo, I'm just going to fall out. It happened to me so many times. Actually, the reason I die in the game is because of these mistakes, not because of anything else. And the other thing, and I think this is the biggest problem, you know, when the developers design roguelite games, they give you some very calculated items, you know, that you're going to get this item, nobody's going to get the same item. I'm talking about permanent items. The reason for that is so they can actually balance the game. And the thing is here that unlike some other roguelite games, you can actually create a build outside of the game. It can be a very powerful one, or it can be a pretty terrible one. And basically it can dictate if you're actually enjoying the progression and all the echoes and all the things that roguelite brings with it. And for me, it won't actually last long. The reason for it, because my build is so strong that I actually don't need even the echoes to finish the boss fight relatively fast, because my build is already strong. So it's kind of more or less the same. I mean, of course, if I take something, nice, it's all good. But I don't really need it for my build, because I already created a very powerful build outside of the game. This even gets even more exaggerated when you have exalted items, which make my build even more powerful than before. Now, the first time I tried it, I actually used less powerful items, and it took me 11 minutes to finish the boss, and I thought, alright, that's actually good. But after I bought another weapon, which is much more powerful, I was able to beat the boss, of course with some upgrades, yes, but still, I realized that I don't need, because I had really bad run before, with a very good build that I have, and I was able to finish it relatively easy. And you need to understand this is a big problem for the game, because the idea is to make players, maintain them, want to have fun for a long period of time, to try to do again and again and again, try to get something good. And basically this kind of counter the motivation part for players to actually repeating the Crucible again and again. They can do it and enjoy it from, I don't know, what, day, 2, 3, but I don't know, after a week or two, even less for some players, they won't be motivated to do it again. Of course, it's not the game all about that. I'm just talking about here on the Crucible. It was better if it was like more of a classic roguelite game where there are several bosses, you need to do everything in one run. And, that's where, all the echoes can be very, very important, and you probably want to try until you get something good. If not, you're just going to try again and again. But I finished the game, the Crucible again and again with ease, and I don't even need very good echoes in order to do it. Now, this leads me to talk about the boss fight. There's only one boss fight, right? Unlike some roguelite games that, I'm not saying that the game is trying to do that, or maybe at some point it's going to be longer with several bosses. But again, this is just part of the big game, so I don't expect it to be like a full roguelike game inside the game. But again, it doesn't mean that it's going to be fun for the long run. And in the boss fight as well, very easy to stagger. First, I thought just with my very fast attack weapon, I was able to do that and high stamina, and I just brought my other weapon that already can generate stamina very fast and do it even fully with 40%, which can further enhance using Exalted. And I can just basically stagger the boss if he's in a quarter and just continue staggering like forever. And again, this is because I have a powerful build. Yes, I spent time to create it, but well, for me, once you get a good build, how much you're going to get excited getting stuff with the echoes, with you already know if you get to the boss, you're going to eliminate him fast, regardless of what build you actually have. Now, of course, we cannot ignore the fact that it improved the visuals of the game and the design of the chambers. They look really nice now, including the music. So again, all of these with some optimizations and different type of enemies as well introduced into the Crucible. All of these are really good updates. So again, this is about Crucible, again, just for Crucible, and the thing is that it's a side thing in the game, but right now this is the main thing in the game for players, because after you finish doing everything, this is where you're going to spend your time on. This is the most rewarding thing in the game, so this is why this is the highlight of the game, right? And probably going to be a highlight later on in the game where they add even more features to the Crucible, because this is where you're going to test your build. This is where you're going to have fun. You're going to be challenged. But apparently it's not that challenging if you already spend quite some time optimizing your build. So these are my thoughts. So there are lots of positives and also negatives that I need to share. And this is important because they need to maintain the player base of playing and enjoying the game for the long run, rather than playing another like day or two and say, all right, enough. I mean, I've seen everything. What else? It's not like you get really like high difficulty and you're going to get high rewards. The rewards at the end are the same as before. So except for exalted items, they're really nothing great new drops or super rare drops. They're going to motivate you to do it again and again, unless you haven't got all the, all the other items. I mean, fine. So that's it. My thoughts. What are yours? So again, good things, bad things. Hopefully the game will find itself in a good path. Right now, they're in the right direction, no doubt about it. So I'm just waiting for more updates and see how they will tackle some of the issues that I mentioned, if they even see it as an issue. Thanks for watching.